Good afternoon. My name is John Gilkison, and I just wanted to continue discussion on our plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, our Ford C-Max Energy, which is here in our garage, and it's plugged in right now. And well, the thing I wanted to talk about is charging efficiency, because we recently installed a 240 volt charger. Actually, the charger's in the car, of course. This is called an EVSE, and right down here is a 240 volt outlet, and the vehicle just got done charging right there. So I need to unplug it, and I bought a nice little dock for it. Hang it back up, and it's got a couple hooks here to hang the cord on, and well, there you are. Close the charging port, and I'm going to go ahead and get in the vehicle right now. Okay. I just started it. Let's see if we can't. I can't turn this around. All right. But just before I started shooting this video, I did a trip to the post office, which is only 9 miles. But the vehicle said I used 2,500 watt hours to do this 9 miles, which averages out. 9 divided into that gives you 277 watt hours per mile. However, you have to factor in charging efficiency when you figure out your MPGs electrically, your MPG-e. So with a 240 volt charger, I'm about 82%. So the divisor for that is 1.23. Now the divisor for my 120 volt charger, which is now stored under the floor behind the driver's seat, is for 72% charging efficiency is 1.32. And this makes a big difference. And so I'll give you an example here. You multiply 1.23 times 2,500 watt hours, and you end up with 3,048 watt hours. So that means I was really only averaging 338 watt hours per mile. Now, 3.048 kilowatts hours will go into 32.777 kilowatt hours, which is the functional equivalent of a gallon of gasoline in energy content. It'll go into it 10.75 times. 10.75 times 9 miles yields 96.78 miles per gallon. The vehicle's rated at 95 miles per gallon in the city by Ford, or in the EPA. So these figures dovetail pretty well. Now, if I redo the same mathematics for my 120 volt charger, which I'm no longer using, it yields a figure of 3,300 watt hours, or 3.3 kilowatt hours. And that divided into 32.777 goes 9.93 times 9 equals 89.39 miles per gallon. So there you have it. Just by switching to a 240 volt charger, I'm getting almost 8 more miles per gallon. So it's worth doing for that reason. And of course, the turnaround time is the main reason, especially on a plug-in hybrid electric. With 7 hours of charging time, sometimes we would, let's say, take my son to work in the morning, and then we'd want to turn around and go to town or something 2 or 3 hours later. Well, we couldn't fully charge the vehicle, but now we can. Now with a regular battery electric vehicle, this might not be a problem, because you might have 100 miles of range to begin with, and you would only burn 9 of it, and you'd still have enough for a trip to town and back without running out of juice. So the charge time overnight isn't as big an issue, but on a plug-in hybrid electric like this with only 20 miles of range, the turnaround time is critical for getting more EV miles. So we like that aspect of it. And I was going to go ahead and show you real quick. Right now, the vehicle is showing, see if I can get in here any closer. It's really hard to do. But anyway, the vehicle's showing 22 miles of range. And right now, it's saying I've been 305.8 miles at 88.6 miles per gallon. And it's saying I've used 41.1 kilowatt hours to go 183.6 EV miles. Now obviously I haven't done the math on this set of numbers yet, but we're constantly showing on local trips that we're able to get over 60 miles per gallon when you factor in the electrical energy. But that's not, I haven't been factoring in the charging efficiency also. And I'd have to add that to these calculations to even get a more accurate figure. But, I mean, if you look at this, I'll pay attention to the gas gauge specifically, okay? What you're seeing there is that I have over 3/4 of a tank, and I've already been 305.8 miles. So if you just multiplied that times 4, that tells you the way I'm going right now, I have over 1,200 miles of range. So that's on a 14-gallon gas tank, and that's not using all the 14 gallons even. So these are incredible vehicles. I'd love to own a pure electric vehicle, but with our need to take trips occasionally beyond the 238 mile range of even a Chevy Bolt, a PHEV is making a lot of sense for us. As you can see over there, there's our Ford pickup truck, which used to be our daily driver, so we are saving a lot of energy, a lot of gasoline. We figure over 500 gallons of gasoline per year driving this as a daily driver now, and only using the pickup truck a couple hundred miles a month just to keep it exercised. So it was a good move for us, as 500 gallons of gasoline is I think around over 4 tons of carbon emissions a year we've reduced. So we're pretty excited about this vehicle purchase, and it's meeting our needs. So the vehicle is out there, and there's more and more of them every day to meet almost anybody's needs. So you really need to look into it, and we'll catch you on down the road. Bye now.